All right. Welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing. But you guys can tell by the title of the video that we're going to be talking about Say token. Yep. This is one of the highly requested coins on my channel, and your request is being fulfilled. And if you want to see more Say updates, do let me know in the comments down below. So let's talk about Say. I'm going to be talking about the price, and of course I'm going to share my personal thoughts with you guys on this project and tell you why it's gaining so much traction and where I personally see this coin going in the immediate short term. So if we're looking at a majority of the market on the hourly time frame, we had seen a significant pullback today, but on the hourly time frame, slowly but surely, the market is picking up, and Say is up about 1.4% on the daily time frame. But let's talk a little bit of history and why this project is quite new. So if you do not know, number one, the reason as to why it's gaining a lot of traction is, of course, it's a layer one. And you guys know, if you've been following me on my channel, literally from the bear market, I've been predicting that this entire bull market that we're going to see, the narrative is going to be layer ones and layer twos. And surprise, surprise, Say is also a layer one project. But what exactly is next for this? We're going to talk all about that. If we're looking at the price right now, currently sitting at 60 cents. We're also down about 0.6% over the past 24 hours in BTC comparative. The market cap is currently sitting at $1.45 billion with the 24-hour trading volume quite impressive, currently sitting at 93 million. So originally this project was airdropped sometime mid last year. It was airdropped to people that were eligible participants. And if you're looking at percentage from what I remember last, it was about 1 to 3% of its supply, which was airdropped. Not a huge chunk of supply was airdropped, but it was still airdropped. So this kind of brings question for people that are interested in, say, even talking about the tokenomics. So people might be questioning, wouldn't Say, if only about 1 to 3% of its supply was airdropped, what happens with the rest? Is the team holding it, investors holding it? And I think that is the case because there's still a lot of coins that are locked right now in terms of its tokenomics. You can pretty much see this for yourself. Circulation supply, $2.42 billion, and the total supply is 10 billion. But like I said, the total amount of tokens that are locked right now are a significant amount, and over the next few years they are going to start getting unlocked, and the unlock begins this year. And I think August. I'm not too sure about exactly the dates, but I know it's sometime this year, some unlocks that are going to be taking place, and sometime also next year, late next year. That should be when the circulation supply could double. So we could see double amounts of tokens that could get unlocked by 2025. But if you're in it just for this bull market, I still think the potential is definitely there. The unlocks that are coming are not as big. I think this shouldn't really impact the price, especially for this cycle itself. But again, we're going to take it one step at a time. But before we go any further, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in cryptocurrencies. So if we're looking at, say, on DeFi Llama, you could pretty much get an idea as to how big its overall ecosystem is. It's not as big. You can pretty much see this for yourself. The TVL is about $11 million. But with that said, I think there is going to be a massive expansion. I was reading a little more on Say, and apparently a lot, like we're talking about hundreds of different projects are launching on Say. That could be, of course, really nice. It could attract more, interest, not only from investors, but developers as well. So that is something, you want to be looking out for. But what exactly is next, and how does it differentiate from its competitors? Its competitors, there's one of the biggest competitors of his, it's Sui. And, a lot of people get confused about Sui and Say. But if you want to know my personal opinion on the two, I think Sui is superior. It has way more nodes. I think, the overall future, as far as the future goes, I think, Sui has a huge leg against this. But this does not mean say cannot pull in numbers, because of course of the narrative. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you think I'm completely wrong, correct me in the comments down below. What excites you the most about say, and how do you see it differentiating from its competitors like Solana, like ICP? You get the idea as to what I'm saying. Pretty much you can see this for yourself. It was listed back on August 15th of last year, and pretty much flat throughout until November of this year, when the entire market started popping off. So if you were one of the investors that were dollar cost averaging in, or were interested in say and were accumulating within this level, you were getting in around 11 cents, and that might have been a very, very sweet spot to be picking it up. And because if you're looking at it, if you did pick it up at this 10 cents to 11 cents back in October, you did see this thing run up about 800%, so 8x, just really, really insane. So what you're looking at is its all-time high was 87.8 cents, which was just beginning of this year. You could pretty much say double top has happened for say, but since then it has been trading within this level, so between the 75 cents range and the 54.58 cents. This 54.58 cents was this previous resistance, as you can see, but we pretty much haven't seen the price go below this resistance, which is a great sign. We pretty much been trading, like I said, within this range, but you want to be seeing, if you are a say holder, you want to be looking at the 75.65 cents. If it's able to break out of there, we could potentially be seeing a new all-time high, potentially even $1 at that point. And if you bring out the measuring tool for you guys, that's about 65.6% away for that to happen. It pretty much pumped up quite a bit, as did the entire market. So it's not that this coin is still quite new. It has pumped up about 800%. But of course, people come out and say, oh, it has pumped up this much and that much. But, this time around, the amount of people that were getting in were not as much. A very low amount of people and a low amount of interest was around here, because of course uncertainty was quite high at those levels. But where do I see this thing going? Do I see more upside potential? Because of course it's quite new right now. I do see upside potential. If you're looking at the last bull cycle, I'm making a very, very similar comparison from the last bull cycle. You saw a lot of layer 1s and layer 2s exploding, when the parabolic season did begin. So I do definitely think that the potential is definitely there. As more, projects launch on this, more eyes go on here, I think the growth will obviously, occur. For say, I could see this running up even more. Another 6 to 7x would not be unrealistic in my opinion. Reason why I'm saying this is because I'm comparing it to Phantom, for example. Let's go look at Phantom. This is just one of the very few examples. If you're looking at FTM and you look at its market cap, let's go max, you could say market cap was around 8.5 billion. Let's just say that. So from the current levels, let's go bring out the calculator. 1.45 times, let's say 7. Let's just say 7. So 10 billion, let's just say, not even 10 billion, let's just say 6x. So in order for it to see a 6x gain, and again guys, this is pure speculation, but let me just put that into perspective. So another 6x from here is $4.15 price. That could be tested if it were to see a move like Phantom. Can I see that happening? Of course, because like I said, the narrative behind layer 1s and layer 2s is really, really high. But again, this is pure speculation. The only time is going to tell, of course, but I think it's still quite early, and people that do understand that will take advantage of that, and I think that could bring in more interest to it. But like I said, only time is going to tell. This is, of course, not guaranteed. This is just pure speculation, but let me know down below what you guys think. Do you agree with this overall take, or do you disagree with that? I would love to know your thoughts down below. Yeah, it's been CryptoZX, and peace out.